Hi, my name is Pia McAdams, and today I want to share with you 3 steps on how to get exactly what you want. Now, this is so simple, yet it's so difficult. And I get it, it's a paradox, but work with me because it literally is simple, but yet it's difficult. Now, let me start off by saying, has this ever happened to you? You have like one time I was looking for my glasses because I teach and I was like looking for my glasses. I couldn't find them, couldn't find it. And then all of a sudden, someone pointed out to me that they were on my head. Like, has that ever happened to you? Like, you're looking for something and it's literally like in your possession? Well, that's what I'm sharing with you about the paradoxes of getting what you want. All right, I get it. I get it. You need a little bit more information on this. Well, let me just start off by saying that we are promised abundance, right? Like literally promised abundance. It is literally all around us, but it's just that we're not seeing it. It's like analogous to what I just referred to about the glasses on top of the head. What was my focus on? My focus was on what I didn't have. I thought I didn't have my glasses. I wanted the glasses, and so I started looking for them, not realizing that I already had it, that it was on my head. Do you see where I'm going with this? Like in life, when it's something that you want, understand that by focusing on the fact that you don't have it, you don't have it. Where if you focus on the fact that you do have it, you will get it. Does that kind of make sense? Now I know you need a little bit more information, and because again, that may have been like a brain teaser, but it is so true. In other words, understand that underlying we are promised abundance. It is literally all around us. Look at the grass, look at the trees, look at the sky, look at the ocean, look at the people, look at the cars. I mean, it is literally all around you. But what you're doing is that you're focused on what you don't have. All right. So when you don't have it and you're focusing on that, it's like your intention is running away because you're focusing on the wrong thing. So instead, focus on what you do have. You may say, okay, well, Pia, I get it. I have this, I have that. I'm grateful for everything I have. And so I'm still not getting what I want. You're missing it. All right. So let's slow down and backtrack. Let's go back to the glasses on the head, right? By focusing on what you don't have. Okay. And like, in other words, you know you have the glasses, you know that there's abundance. But what you're doing is you're going around life by focusing on what you don't have. Like conceptually, you know you have abundance. Conceptually, you don't know, like consciously, you don't know the glasses on your head, but the glasses eventually was on your head. So in hindsight, you're like, okay, I had it. I just didn't realize I had it. All right. So, and that's why I said, remember, I started by saying this is a paradox. So let me kind of clear up the scenario for you. In order to appreciate the abundance, you have to utilize your heart and also your mind. Okay. So, what I mean by that, by your heart, I mean your feelings. So, let's go back to the glasses. When you were looking, or whatever the situation may be for you, right? For me, it was the glasses. And when I was looking for my glasses, I was caught up in the fact that I didn't have my glasses. And so I was stressing about it because I needed them. And that feeling of stress was in my heart, that feeling of dread, that feeling of frustration, that was in my heart. So that was what I was emitting throughout in the universe, is that frustration, that stress, that fear of not having what I wanted. So therefore, that feeling went up to my mind, and of course, my mind and my heart, we're all connected, right? Mind and body is connected, right? So in my mind, I was focusing on, I don't have it, I don't have it, I don't have it, because I was feeling it, I was focused on it, so I didn't see it. All right. But if you change that, okay, change the mindset, change the heartfelt or the feelings of the heart, and focus on what you want. Like, in other words, you want love. And I'm gonna kind of narrow this down to, let's say you're looking for a man. Okay, so that's generally like a lot of my clients, they're getting older in life and they're like, I want to find a man. I'm doing all the things, I'm looking on, I'm on Tinder, I'm doing this, that, and the other, I'm going on dates, but I still not finding whatever it is, the man that I want. Right. So I'm going to give you the 3 tools or the techniques to get to it. But this process is very, very important, what I'm going through now, because this is where it starts. So instead of like focus on the fact that you don't have a man, what are the feelings that you will feel when you have the man, right? Isn't it the feelings of love, of appreciation? Okay, that's what you want to focus on. And when you do that in your heart, your mind starts to think about, oh yeah, this man, you know, I have feelings for this man and this love for this man. And then eventually you will actually see this man. But there's something else that you have to do as well. And this is going to be the 3 step, because you say, okay, I get it. I understand that it needs to be in my heart and it needs to be in my mind. Well, how do I do this? And that's what you're wanting, right? You want the tactile tools on how to do this. So I'm going to give it to you right now. Number 1 is I want you to take out a piece of paper. Let me see. I want you to do that first. No, I don't. I actually want you to go into your mind first. All right. And there's a reason why I'm saying this. Go in your mind first. But for those of you that want to do the paper, one or the other, you're going to do both of them. So whichever one you do first, I'll leave that up to you. But I want you to visualize exactly who that man is. It can't just be like, I want a man, because the universe doesn't work that way. I mean, literally, men are right in front of you. You're just not seeing it, right? But you want a specific type of man. So you have to think exactly, or think in terms of the exact man that you want. What does he look like? How tall is he? How does he treat you? What are the characteristics? What is important to you? Okay, in other words, get as specific as possible. Think about this, and this may take some time, but think about exactly what you want in a man. And then the next thing you do is write it down. Okay, why is it I'm having you write it down even though you're thinking about it? It's because the thoughts in your mind is not going to necessarily materialize unless you do this often. So by looking at it, by reading it on a regular basis, you're being reminded of what it is or who it is specifically that you want. Okay, so that's number 1. Actually, it's like 1 and 2, right? Visualize who you want exactly or what you want exactly in a man, who it is, what does he look like all the attributes, and then write it down. Okay, do this, like seriously, do this. Don't just do one or the other, do both of them. And then the second step is this. Now I want you to look at what you've written about who it is that you want, or the attributes that you want in a man. And then I want you to visualize first and then write down exactly who it is that you need to be in order to get this man. That's what's important. Like a lot of times people tell you to write down who you want, what you want in a man. You say, okay, I got that, did that, and didn't work for me. All right. But again, now what I'm saying is look at what you've written down of what you want specifically in a man. And then I want you to write down exactly who it is that you need to become in order to secure that man. All right. So write it down. Now I want you to embody that person. I want you to become that person that you've written down. Become whatever it is that you wrote down. If it's someone that's more secure, someone that's more confident, someone that's more happy, someone that's more outgoing, whatever it is that you wrote, you need to now embody that person. Like literally pretend that you are that person. And you may say, well, why do I need to pretend? I want you to pretend because that's just the first step. I literally want you to become that person. And sometimes it's going to feel false or fake initially or at first, but if you pretend, and all of a sudden, the more you pretend, the more you start to embody and really become that person. Like pretend that you're outgoing. And what I mean by this, let me just kind of backtrack a little bit and explain to you what I mean by pretend. In other words, you will ask yourself, what are the things that that person does or will do? Let me give you an example. I think I need to write an example is, let's say that you wrote down, in order to get this man, I need to be confident. So then what you're going to say in order to pretend that you're confident is like, well, now what would a confident person do? Like in every area, like anytime that you're approached with any kind of scenario, situation, circumstance, whatever, you're going to ask yourself, what would a confident person do? And then you will act as if a confident person would do it. Now, by that pretending, you're actually acting, you're actually doing it. And over time, you will become more confident. So you see how it works? And so what you do is everything that you wrote down, if you have to pretend at first, then pretend. There is nothing wrong with pretending. We used to do it all the time as a child, but then somehow we got away from that. And notice that a lot of times when children, they were like in the la la land, but wasn't that like a fun, exciting place to be? So why can't you be that as an adult? Get back to pretending. All right, so let's go over these steps again, because there's really only 2 steps, but the third step is the actualization of your realization of your dream. But step number 1 is to write down exactly what it is or who you want in a man, who it is. Write down exactly who the man is and what do you want in that particular man. And then visualize, like think about it on a regular basis. And by you reading what you wrote, it's going to help you with the visualization. And then step number two is to write down exactly who you need to become in order to secure, in order to get that man. And then I want you to embody that. Don't just write it down like, okay, there, I've written it down, it's done. No, embody that. Okay, what does that mean? And if it requires you to pretend at first, then by all means pretend. If you do these things, you will eventually see your man. Now, you may be asking me, Pia, well, how long is it going to take? And this is what I was talking about. These are simple steps, right? But your mind makes it difficult because first you got to convince yourself that this is going to work. And for some of you, like, okay, whatever, like, no, it's just not going to work. I challenge you. If that is your thought process right now, like you're having any type of resistance to what I'm sharing with you, watch this again and just watch it with an open mind. In other words, you may have to watch this multiple times because it literally is that simple, but it's difficult because your mind makes it difficult. One of my favorite quotes is, and I think it's by Henry Ford, I'm pretty sure it is, if you think you can, you can. If you think you can't, you can't. Either way, you're right. So why not think you can? Why not open yourself up to the possibilities that you can have whatever it is that you want in life?